I'm here. Sorry about that. Are you there?
Hello.
Yo.
Hi. Um, can they hear me right now?
No. Everything's
Okay,
muted at the moment.
got it.
Or
Hello.
That's why. Oh, the freaking Spotify audio wasn't going through. Okay, but
So is it working now?
yes, yes. Because I had it going through main audio, not BGM. But
Okay, perfect.
okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LOLMidwest Week 1
Hello,
matchup
hello.
of Vibe Check versus For Fun at 20, FF at 20. Uh, I am Arpie's Spies, casting with Don here.
Don here.
Well, here specifying that you are here.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yes. Let me just realign that names.
I will say I'm excited. I first time casting, and I am looking forward to it.
Hope I don't mess up your first casting match.
Yeah, it's fine. Arctic's in the chat. Kodiak Bear. That's my top laner.
Through the most profane slurs first time. Gotcha.
Give me some examples, Aura.
Go
No, just kidding.
You'll do great, sir. Yes. Time will tell how Nightbot will have to be modified in future, I guess.
Yeah. You find words that we've never seen before.
Go beyond.
Mm-hmm. Am I too loud?
I don't... Or say something, or talk normally real quick. I'll adjust your volume.
This is normal. This is my normal.
Alright.
But I would probably be a little louder.
Alright. I reduced it a bit so that your normal speaking should be in the green levels and should be fine. Unless you actually scream into your mic.
Probably won't be screaming.
Yeah, you should be good.
Perfect. So how caught up are you to the meta right now, Spice?
I don't know. I've played league matches for 3 days this season. And I played 2 games today. Each one had a queue time of over 10 minutes and very off-putting.
Oh God. Yeah, I sat in queue for about like 30 minutes, not realizing that I was solo flex.
I was solo flex as well.
All right, we're gonna hop in a draft.
Yup. Oh yeah, I'll swap my screen to help you in draft, or I'll send you the draft link so you can follow along.
Perfect.
There you go. Swap the stream. Okay, looks like FF at 20 will be starting off on red side, Vibe Check on blue.
Do we have the OPGGs for these players?
I can link them to you.
Yeah.
But for some reason, one of them is horizontally laid out, the other one is vertically, and it upsets me.
What?
There you go.
Hey.
I can't really pronounce the name that's in Arabic.
Me neither, man.
That
Oh,
is
we got a
Arabic, right?
bard player. I have no clue. I'll be honest. Okay. So I mean, from the meta right now, I think Ari is a pretty contested first pick.
She's been pretty
Depends on
strong
what
for a
team you
while.
play here. Yeah. I know she did get a few nerfs, but not sure if it did anything, honestly.
If it didn't
Um,
touch her charm duration, doesn't do anything.
yeah, it was like W damage, like scaling damage, so people are just not leveling W to 5 second anymore. I don't think it did too much. Oh, and like some armor scaling. She's not as good early, but I mean, she's still Ari, right?
Yeah, she should still be pretty good even if her armor does go down. Just means she
Mm-hmm.
takes a bit more damage in trades, but her passive still lets her get pretty healthy.
Yeah, I heard Brand also got a buff to a pretty significant buff to jungle clear.
Oh,
He
that
got a
doesn't matter.
Wukong ban. You don't like the champ?
I like the champ, I just don't like they forced him into the jungle. I want him mid. I want him functional mid.
I want him out of support. That's
I'm okay with that. I just want him mid. They did so much wrong changing his E the way to what they did.
I don't remember actually what it is. He got a Twitch ban for vibe check.
They increased the radius of his E.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would make mid better, no?
No. It makes mid unhealthy like that.
I don't know.
Like
I just hate Riot for putting Zyra and Brand in the bot lane.
Zyra was a champion that I was interested in before she came out, but then the way that she did come out didn't really interest me anymore. I don't know.
Wait, so is Vibe Check the team with Changi?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Got it.
We got a couple marksman bans, and I want to say a couple of jungler bans, because I'm assuming Darius is still pretty decent in there, yeah?
Yeah.
I saw that he caught some
nerfed pretty
nerfs,
heavily.
but...
I think the nerfs came from both him and items that he runs in the jungle.
I found it silly back when they did buff his jungle to give him under 3-minute full clears for, you know, basically an entire season. And they just left it like that because they wanted people to use him in there.
And Talon having a 3-minute clear while also being able to jump over walls was not fun either.
At least Talon's a thematically cool champion, you know?
It's true. Speaking of cool champions, Skarner, first pick. Still broken, even after the nerfs, but, you know.
Don't worry, we'll see a new Skarner in 2 years.
Yeah.
First champion to get 2 ASUs.
So actually, Jhin was a pick that I thought had high prio. Only thing is Varus is still up.
Is there a reason to be going Jhin so early?
I think he's very flexible. You can still have like a Tristana or a Azir mid if you know they get too tanky, but he kind of gives your team everything while still giving your support and your top laner counter pick, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Because I've always found that an enemy picking Jhin into your team, depending on how much AD their team has, of course, could just kind of render him useless. If you're just able
I think
to
he's
stack
just
armor.
in a very good spot right now that it's fine.
His items are just improved that much?
Yeah, I think so.
Gotcha.
And he kind of just makes sure that you neutralize bot lane. You don't lose bot lane on Jhin. You might not win it, but you definitely won't lose.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I want to see from Vibe Check. Just starting to draft beef now that they see the Jhin.
There's the Poppy pick into the Zac. Always fun. Also, really nice to see that somehow Poppy has avoided any significant nerfs in the past, like, 4 seasons.
She got a buff. A buff to her Q damage ratio. They tried to put her top lane by increasing the ratio for AD and then decreasing the base damage, but didn't do much.
Yeah, it won't do much when her base values are as high as they are.
Yeah, the percentage health damage on Q. Doesn't matter how much AD goes down if it still does 14% of your HP.
Yep. Also, you know, that kind of helps against tank
Whoa,
supports.
wait, a Draven pick.
Oh yeah, that is crazy. Really
Draven
risky.
Jin, probably one of the only champions that really can win the lane.
Guess it depends on who his support's gonna be.
Yeah, and we got a Zillion pick.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they play it mid or not.
Time will
not
tell.
seeing it.
Pun not intended.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or a bullet saying they vomit in their mouth if they see Brand.
Same. Brand and Zyre, that's like the champions that do that for me.
Man, I miss Brand before he got his changes. Back when his passive did damage on its own.
What role did you play?
What was I always played him mid. I refuse to play him support.
Well, I just mean like in general. Were you like a flex player? Like, did you main any roles or?
Oh, way back early seasons I mained mid, but more recently I mained support.
I see. Yeah, I did also main mid. I played Azir for a long time, and then I role swapped to support because our current mid laner is just better than me. Truthfully, but then I fell in love with support. Like, honestly, it's a better role for me than mid. Because when I did play mid, I played like Ori and helped my jungler. I played like, I loved Zillion mid, Soraka mid. Might as well just play support at that point.
Ori was my favorite champ way back when. Ori, OG Karma, Janna, you know.
The Echo pick.
Huh.
That's probably going mid. I'm assuming it's Zillion support. I mean, it could be Zillion top if we got a cheeser here.
Is this a Galio angle mid?
Galio mid.
What did that stop being a thing?
There's a lot of AP. No. It's still a thing. It's actually would be really good here.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
You don't like Nidalee?
Literal worst champion in the game.
Yeah, I agree. Vladimir. Okay.
For context, I ban Nidalee every single match. Because I don't want her on my team, I don't want to see her in the game.
That's fair. I think Shaco is a good second for me.
The Vladimir pick seems very dangerous to me going into this. In terms of risky for him to be going Vladimir into a team with a lot of AP champions, especially those that have decent setup potential and pretty good burst against him.
I think the only thing that will really mess him up is probably Zillion slow. But other than that, there's a lot of beef and a lot of HP stacking on the left side. If I check here.
I assume that Camille ultimate can stop Vlad just as Anivia Wall does, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Only thing is, I think if Camille is ulting Vladimir, they're losing the fight. If Draven has the time to just hit freely and Nidalee can throw her spears freely, I think it's gonna be hard for them to play on for fun at 20 here.
Let's see.
You know, I think if Camille and Echo can get ahead early, this would be really hard for Draven and Nidalee to play, but
So Personally, I like the scaling that Camille and Zillion have into the game. Echo might struggle later on, but he also is kind of a coin flip in terms of being able to turn the match pretty heavily, provided his ease of entry. But there is a Poppy preventing him from doing that potentially.
Right.
So, I don't know. In my opinion, Nidalee is worthless. I don't see the match lasting short enough for her to actually contribute anything in the long run. Whereas, like, while Skarner and Poppy are decent, and Vladimir is the kind of champion that can kind of 1v9 at a point.
Wait, it's Nidalee top.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause
Skarner jungle.
Yeah, I figured it'd be Skarner jungle.
Right.
Did someone say coin flip in the chat? But yeah, I don't think that Poppy and Skarner would be enough backup on their own to permit Vladimir to get as like carried away into the match, especially against the team they're going up against. For him to be able to basically have a 1v9 scenario. It does kind of heavily depend on if Vibe Check can end it in the earlier mid-game phase, but considering the shift in power that Riot has put towards the metagame state, early game I don't see lasting very well, unless you can properly close out. Because of that,
yeah.
I do like the power from the Camille. Zac is always a nightmare to deal with. Like, sure, Poppy will be able to stunt him somewhat, and Draven is relatively safe from him, but he provides enough chain CC that he could still be a considerable issue. Plus the fact that Zillion exists. His R is absolute cancer.
The more I look at this draft, I'm thinking that Zillion was a really good pick. On both ends by enabling and also just stopping a lot of Vibe Check from doing anything, honestly. Because I think if fights go long, Vibe Check will eventually find a pick on a carry, and it's kind of over from there.
Yeah. And if I recall, if Vlad has a bomb on him, pull doesn't stop it, right?
It makes him untargetable by the second bomb, and he won't take the damage from it. But it follows him. So if he comes out of the pool before the bomb pops, then yeah, he'll take the damage, and anyone around will also take the damage.
Okay, so he will get hit. It's not like Fiddlesticks Q then.
So I think for Vibe Check, they need to play around Zac's port early with Nidalee. But you know, actually, I forgot she's top. They can't even do that. And then winning through bot is probably their play here.
Funny thoughts in my head popping up of lane swaps, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen teams do like a 4-minute lane swap, like after the first 3 waves, then go over to the opposite.
Oh, 4 minutes is when that kicks off now?
I
thought it was 3.5.
Yeah, it might be 3.5. I think. I'm not too sure. I think normally it's just 3rd wave crash, but that requires prio on both sides normally.
Yeah.
I think the reason for it, why it's like a later one, is because of grub spawn at 6 minutes. So they don't want to move bot too early.
Wait, is that actually a Skarner mid Nidalee jungle? Looks like
Skarner
it.
Mid?
Yep. Skarner mid into Echo, so it's not like horrible. It's melee into melee.
They're cooking here. They're cooking.
Well,
you know, now that Nidalee's in the jungle, I think actually the game plan of invading Zac a lot, getting these bot dives with the Poppy into the Nidalee spear, getting CC star ahead.
I feel like Italy would only really be able to play along the bottom side of the map, though, because I don't.
100%.
Because Vlad doesn't really have anything that can help her with the ganks. And she kind of needs it. Unless someone just hard derps. Yes, you are seeing Skarner mid. Zillion is gonna be pretty irritating for Poppy to deal with, but like a 3-4 hit kill for Draven, so but a safe play there. Should be good setups for Jin W, however.
If FF at 20 plays it well, I don't think Draven should be able to hit, especially with Echo, Camille, Zac. But I guess on the other hand, if Poppy plays it well, it's the same thing. I think it'll just be like skill check of if they can get on Draven, if Poppy can peel.
Yeah, gank spot are really hard for Zac. Just because it's literally both Draven and Poppy, two of the hardest champions that would be in the bot lane for him to do anything against.
Yeah.
Although he could always come down level 2 or 3, you know.
Maybe like a lane gank might be fine too. I think if Zillion slows somebody and blows a flash, that's possible as well.
Well, charging a flash is always profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to go as aggressive into them as you want. Loading in.
Draven, probably the best skin Draven has. Looking good.
The announcer Draven's pretty darn good too. But only from
Isn't
the player
that the Draven
perspective.
Draven?
No.
Oh, that's the one where he has the mic, huh?
Yes, the legendary one.
That looks cool. Alright, we're starting it up. I would love to see a late invade on the Raptors from Nidalee here. Try to force Zac off of those early Raptors.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Not quite a 5-point defense on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
There's the ward at Raptors to see whether or not Italy is going to be going aggressive into their camps. Probably, yeah, gonna get seen.
Looking like Vibe Check spot lane is looking for a cheese play.
No.
So I've actually been seeing this thing on Poppy support where instead of Hail of Blades, people are going Electrocute after the buffs. Not exactly sure if it's stronger or not, but I did a little bit of testing and noticed that Aftershock does more damage than Electrocute, I think, post level 7.
So it might do more damage, but it would be a increased period of time that damage would come out would be the thing.
I guess,
Electrocute being the most instant of the three. Oh.
Jin's gonna take fat damage here.
Both spells down.
Flash.
That's not great. That is not great. But hey, Draven did miss 2 minions, so...
True. They looking like Nidalee got a deeper ward on Zac's red, so they know Zac's starting bot side.
Yep. We'll see how his jungle pathing gets affected by this.
With Skarner mid not looking too great so far in the first few levels here.
Damage might even out. We'll see. Nope, not good. Not good. Not good.
Solo kill. But it is Doran's shield.
He might
will heal up.
It depends on if Echo overplays. He's about to hit level 3. There it is. That is a big health advantage. Oh,
Oh,
one more hit,
no
he was dead.
flash.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Echo didn't.
Zach's looking for a play bot lane here. Level 3 gank, ignoring his top side. If there was ever a time, it would be while Poppy's level 2.
Yep. No W yet. Level 3 in about 2 or 3 minions. Here he comes. Stunned
looks
on
like-
the Draven. Ooh.
Oh, just barely getting out that Draven.
Flash Q from Poppy.
Flash
Zach
Q.
has it going. And that's
Early
death.
TP by Echo. Maybe looking to extend the play here.
He tried to
But
save
way too
Zach's
late.
thing.
Oh, you can't do that anymore. Double stun here by Echo.
Alright. Jin getting a kill.
Nice.
W's not going to come up in time.
Raven did cash out. It was not a lot, but he did get a kill early. Early kills on Draven, not fun to see by FF here.
Just shy of 1200 gold, so he's not going to be able to get a optimal first buy, I don't think.
Probably just a Dirk.
Bam. And waiting for boots, yep. I guess that's okay. Misses out on a bit of damage, but they can take trades, I guess. Out sustain.
Literally looking for the invade on the Raptors.
Skarner
Zillion
looking
is
a bit
here.
more tanky. Oh, nope. Nice stun. Big damage.
We'll say for Vibe Check, their 2 most volatile champions did just get a kill.
It's okay. Kills on Italy don't count.
Oh. Oh, Loki lives with that passive shield.
Unfortunately did expend flash, however.
Looks like the Echo kind of lost his lead with that TP bot. He did get a Darksteel stack though.
Skarner about to hit level 6, so it will be a bit dangerous for him to sit here. Soon? Nope.
Ooh.
Tried to
Turns
kidnap
out-
Under Tower, did not work out.
Echo is a Skarner counterpick. A Skarner mid counterpick. Who would have known?
Yes, all you have to do is not position yourself between him and his turret after Eing in. Unfortunate Skarner wasn't able to hit his level 6 before that happened, but
Ooh. Poppy getting hit by the Jin W. Take some poke here.
Our
Zach getting these
scrubs.
Scrubs.
yep, we'll be going to FF the first wave. Okay, so straight to Dirk first buy with Jin rather than has the Boots of Swiftness rush on Jin stopped or something?
It's still there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just looking for more damage. He might not be scared, because he has a Zillion with him. Could be possible.
Fair. First straight going to blue side.
Other thing is maybe he just had enough for Dirk. Boots
Isn't
aren't
it the
too
same
crucial,
price?
but no, it's 900 now for Swiftness.
Oh. Wait, isn't Dirk like 1100 now or something? Oh.
Yeah.
Vlad Flash gone. Oh.
Oh, Jin dies.
I'm gonna back
Oh.
that up. See how that happened. Failed Hex
Oh,
Flash.
exactly
Well,
what-
not really failed, but Draven just going under tower. Poppy, slam into the wall. There it is.
Easy. Exactly what they need to do. Find these nearly dive spot. The Poppy easy stun on the under the tower. Looking on Vladimir again.
Zach's
on
level
Vladimir this time.
5. Nothing to play off of.
Oh, Skarner dipped into vision, so maybe looking for a long play on Zach here.
Oh no. Loki getting pinged off.
And this whole time, Nidalee's able to take all of Zach's bot camps.
Yep. As he's still sitting level 5. Wants to do
But
something,
camps
but
don't
kind
matter
of
on
afraid to
Nidalee
move
anyways.
it.
I know, CLT, what are these drafts? We thought it was Nidalee top, but nope. Nidalee jungle, Skarner mid.
Here
Victor
comes the gank.
was cooking. Oh, the Nidalee's here. Lands the spear, but that'll all be there.
Yeah. Didn't really do much damage. She hasn't spent, so 1800 gold. FF needs to step up their home field vision, I think. Echo denied a canyon minion.
You know, the Skarner's getting tankier and tankier. And here's the Draven. Starting to pull his lead ahead more. 20 CS up.
Zillion almost level 6, so they're gonna have a bit of safety soon, but not too much early on. A res will only give 2 hits for the Draven. Not even taking the Poppy into consideration. Alright. Zillion ulted
and it
away!
Beautiful by Poke Archer, honestly. Ulting Zillion away. I think Zillion needs to flash that one.
Yeah, I don't think even him ulting the Jhin before the Poppy ult finishing off would have really helped.
Probably not. And this Poppy is going the that one Lethal's for item. I forget what it's called.
The one that slows?
No, the one that that tracks vision now. The
Edge?
sweeping one.
Edge of the Night? Or wait, no, not Edge of the Night.
No.
I forget.
Well, I mean, we'll see it when he buys it. This was something that I've seen that Poppy players were going since the Q-AD ratio buffs. Actually having AD on the Poppy feels a lot better.
Yes, the AD ratio buff sure helps support Poppy for top play. Alright, Echo ult gone.
But
3 on
Mage
3 mid.
is here. Looking like Poppy's getting caught out.
What was that damage right there?
Gets a kill using
Like,
his ult.
guess she is a support.
This still didn't have Nidalee there. Oh, double stun. There's still an ult for Echo.
Ooh.
Echo comes back to life. The CC stars here.
Draven!
Looking for the trade. Ooh, exhaust on Draven. Wow. Draven had BF toward that fight too. He does get a kill and he cashes out, but that's Zillion already having a lot of value here.
Yeah. Though I will say, it feels like it took a bit too long for their team to react to the Draven coming in.
I agree. I think
Double
if Jhin
teleport?
was there to follow with ulti.
Alright, Echo taking a
Still
hit.
no ult on Echo here, though.
Yep.
Oh, Echo gets flashed. Ooh, Mage gets hit by a max range Nidalee Q, takes basically all his HP.
Unfortunately, Jhin ult not really able to do anything there. Hopefully Camille will be able to make something of that opening. Vlad leaving top lane. But Jin's gonna be a bit of in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah.
Might want to leave.
I think Jin's just dead here.
Yep. Draven almost dying.
Jhin finally getting that collector online. Victor Apple looking for the 1v1 on the Camille. Camille does not have Triforce yet.
Doesn't have enough to buy it either, I don't believe. 800, I think she'd need about, like, what, 1100 or something for it? Oh, nope.
Nope,
She did
has
finish it. Okay.
I don't play top enough to know.
It didn't look like she had. I guess that makes sense. She was one component away from finishing up.
Echo's passive has a execute property. That's why the support Poppy took so much damage. But I mean, also Poppy's building lethality, not very tanky.
Umbral Glaive, that's right. Man, I've seriously spent way too much time away from the game.
Okay, to be fair, I play support. I'm still playing it. I didn't know what it was called. So that's how little that item is built.
Hey, it just means you don't play Pike.
True.
And didn't play
The other
Senna.
worst champion.
I mean,
Well,
good
Senna
Pikes can
builds
be
Black
scary.
Cleaver now.
Wait. So I don't understand, why is it that Senna started building AD again instead of AP? Didn't she, like, get massive changes that made her healing busted?
And then they reworked her because it was too busted. They didn't rework her, they just nerfed a lot of her healing. So it's like, it's actually pretty balanced right now. People go Black Cleaver first for the AD and the Shred. And then, like, depending on the game, they'll go like Moonstone or they'll keep going crit.
Gotcha.
There's actually a lot you can do with her right now.
Rip.
Oh, Jhin missing the cannon.
Oh.
Ooh, that ward.
Vlad seems to be pushing Camille off quite a bit now. Not sure if sitting in lane alone is going to be cutting it some time now. Looks like Echo might have Lichbane finished. Yep. Going for the Dark Ring. Hopefully he'll be able to actually start a snowball. His team really needs something here. Draven is getting quite ahead. Being a bit scary.
I've checked bot lane is invading the Raptors now. They're even just so strong, able to walk up.
Zach Q missing. Yeah.
Oh, there's the Poppy. But Poke
Nuts! A kill for Jhin is good at least. Camille trapping.
The Zillion ulti here. Zillion ulti goes off.
Almost got him! 800 bounty going to Jhin! That's huge. That could be really good for FF.
Helps the scaling a lot.
Yes.
This Jhin will start doing a lot of damage, and we see how much value the Zillion already has.
Yeah. Gave enough time for Camille to whittle the Draven down just enough to finish that off. And Camille's gonna be such an even bigger monster once she finishes her next item. Though I will say I'm kind of glad that the days of Omnivamp spiking Camille and Fiora don't really exist quite so much at the moment. Those are pain days.
Mm-hmm.
I call cheating Poppy's passive being able to do 3 hits of health towards a ward.
Oh, it's the Umbral Glaive. Umbral Glaive lets you one shot.
Yeah,
points.
yeah. But for ranged hits, it's supposed to be 2 damage, not 3.
True. She also procs. What's the item? The shield break item as a melee. Well, looking like poke archers.
Serpent. Ooh, good timing on the ultimate from Zillion.
And Jin kind of just walks up and dies.
Echo coming
But
in.
Echo's here.
Should be able to get this kill.
Echo can get the shutdown. If Echo gets the shutdown, it's looking very good for FF here.
Ooh.
And
Poppy
the Poppy
down.
kill.
Draven next?
Really-
Maybe? Nope. Couldn't get the follow-up Q. And that
Vicar
will be
apples
another. Vlad's just chilling up top. Not really much going on for him. He's just trying to build towards his 4-item power spike. Or, well, 3 item.
Yeah. The sack
Ooh.
looks very difficult to play into the Draven Poppy here. And, I mean, the Skarner, too. His only target is really Draven, but that's
Nice!
super hard. Holy Loki with the E flash.
Oh.
Outplaying Afterpack. Okay.
Got out with 22 health from the Vlad's flash, only to send it right back into him. Very well done. Didn't really get much out of it, unfortunately,
I mean,
but
I think that was a Vladimir dive right there.
yeah, he flashed and got the auto attack. That's probably what got him so low, because he wasn't that low before.
Though Vibe Check's still in a great position. 7k up, 3 dragons. Looking for that mountain. If that mountain goes through, it's going to be really hard for FF to kill anyone, really.
Just need time. Atacon has spawned. Not sure which Atacon that is. But I'm assuming it's not the revival one, because apparently that one's never appearing
has,
these
like,
days.
Like a 5% in like solo queue. Camille is the one tanking. TP coming in from Vladimir here. The whole team is up here in the top lane. Zillion might be able to help. Maybe just get Zac out.
Man, that
Maybe not.
Skarner ult being disgusting right there.
Jin and Echo will get the mid tower. Nothing more.
I don't know, at this point I'd probably trade that other inner tower for one.
Yeah, probably.
You may be behind, but splitting a gold between 2 people that could potentially vaporize the enemy squishies would be better than them splitting it between 3 or 4. Echo seems to be going Nashor second. Not sure if that's the call. I would assume when you're behind, you would probably want Deathcap or Shadowflame second, right?
Probably. I'm looking at the item difference here on the Jin and the Draven, and it's just Jin needs to get through so much frontline.
Yeah.
Having no LDR.
The
be
front
very hard
line
for him to play.
the front line was the general problem too. Unfortunately, they didn't really pick anything that would help out with that too much. Like, yeah, Camille does well against tanks, but kind of at a point where you definitely needed some tertiary damage to throw in. to help the Jhin actually get them into the execution range. And with
Especially
Zach
with
going
the
tank,
Poppy and
yeah.
the Poppy and Skarner disruption, it's gonna
And
be
yeah,
very hard for him to do anything.
especially with how beefy Poppy is, you see with those items, sitting there with 100 armor and armor and MR, 2,000 health, with that heavy investment into survivability. I'm joking, by the way. Alright. Bounty's starting to accrue. 100 gold bounty on the 5-1 Draven. Ooh, trying to catch Vlad out. His ultimate is up, but he's getting a lot of CC chain. Comes the E-recast, the ultimate, gonna be following up.
A lot of healing.
Yep.
Oh my god, Echo just blows up.
Yep.
And Vladimir's full HP again.
Zillion ultimate is gone. This is very dangerous for FF.
Maybe looking on Poke Archer here. And actually in the top lane, Skarner 1v1ing the
Ooh.
Camille.
This is looking like game. Jhin just died 2 shots there, I think,
Yeah.
from the Draven. Here comes the in-base proxying power play. At least Skarner moved over from the top lane, so they're just pushing on mid now. One tower
Echo
gone.
going in. Popio on 2. Camille's still gonna get this kill here. That Q not exactly hitting.
Not enough yet for the Ravenous Hydra. Draven is dead
might
though,
be
you might
soul
want to try
chasing
to do
here.
something.
They're looking for Dragon.
Yep, 8 seconds for it. Alright, that is a lot of gold being sat on at the moment. Pretty decent time to be going for the dragon, force the enemy into making bad decisions. There comes the flash. Camille
And
getting...
they're actually on the back line on Poke Archer. Poke Archer is just a support, very squishy. Changi, the Nidalee dies. This dive is working. Zillion ulti comes through, but it goes
Ooh!
off.
Lath!
Barely going off. Echo gets a one-man stun, but Draven's here.
Man, Vlad
And after
not...
that, oh my.
Vlad just refusing to die. Constantly dropping below a third only to heal right back every time. There is no anti-heal on
Probably
FF.
game too.
Yep.
Only 15 seconds on Zillion, but Draven's running down mid right now. 20 seconds on Zach. Not a bad fight by FF at the end there, despite on how behind they were.
Yeah, unfortunately though, there wasn't any CC to help deal with the Vlad in the opportune moments. Very, very dangerous champion. And it looks like they did manage to actually pull it off with the getting to late game successfully. Oh,
And maybe after practice still win this one.
alright. There's another empowered Q&D!
Oh man. Poppy came in just in time. Victor Apple stunning Loki against the wall.
Yo, what are those
Too
cooldowns for
much
him?
damage.
That's 7 seconds for his pool.
How?
64 ability haste.
That was the scaling CDR.
Wait. Never mind, it's 13 seconds. How did I see it? Oh, wait! That's why. Transcendence.
Mmm.
That makes sense. Vlad must be one of the best freaking utilizers of that reset. Oh, man. Very nice fight put up there. By Vibe managing to take it over. Vlad just going insane in the end. Didn't even have a death cap finished. Only 2 items. And it was that much.
I will be right back.
Like, I don't know, man. Transcendence, when you actually manage to get those resets, is pretty crazy. Like, I think one of the times at the river, the reason why he was able to live there was strictly because of Transcendence. He came up from that pool and went down, like, so quickly after, because I'm pretty sure he got, like, 2 kills between that time. And, you know, absolutely helps that his Q comes off cooldown that much quicker, too, and that his little gauge thing only cares about his Q being off cooldown rather than actual set duration, so yeah, pretty disgusting. Good utilization. Unfortunate for FF that the game managed to get away from them. Unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of answers to the Draven and Poppy in the bot side. It was very hard for Zac to gain any entryway down there, especially with how much damage output the Poppy and Draven together do have, as well as disruptive power to be able to disengage any attempts to actually move on them. And the I think Jin should have gotten out of his ultimate quicker, the river fight as well. Uh, After he wasn't able to secure one of those kills, everyone else is at relatively high health, and I feel that his autos probably would have been a bit more useful than banking on a single ult, ult charge.
I actually think if that game goes more even in the early game, it looks very difficult for both Draven and the Nidalee to play, and Vladimir would just get cleaned up later on. But because the Draven was so far ahead, and so was the Nidalee, it seemed like it was kind of hard for them to do anything there. Even that last fight was a 4v5.
And Poppy and Skarner together are just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
You got a team with like three heavy mobility abilities, and you're going against a Skarner and Poppy, both of which have so many answers to such abilities, and like, ugh, it's not pretty. All right, looks like they will be keeping the same sides. We will be getting the draft link soon.
So I thought Victor Apple was a support player, but I guess not. Or do they just role swap all the time?
Not sure.
Oh, can I get spec again?
Yes. There you go.
I thought I knew what to expect from drafts, but after that first draft, I am not sure at all.
Yo, didn't I say that the freaking the only way Nid could do anything would be focusing hard on that bot lane, and they managed to
100%.
do that. That was where the power was. The mid lane was weird. The Skarner into Echo. They probably just slapped Skarner there just to scale him. Cause the actual lane combat that was happening wasn't really all that favorable.
I'm actually thinking they wanted to put this corner jungle, but then they realized that Chengi on Nidalee might have been stronger, and then just forced Victor Apple to just play a tank. Realize that it's okay into the Echo, and just did that because even though Skarner was losing early, Skarner just Kind of does Skarner things and scales up HP, just plays as a tank.
Just cast his ultimate, pull people despite being CC'd himself, and then drag them under tower for your team to converge on them. Seeing him try to kidnap the Echo under the tower was funny though. Lots of sillies that match. Oh, I think it might have bugged. Frozen Ace saying that DraftLol wasn't responding to click. Oh, they meant to ban Darius. Red's second ban is Darius.
I check banning Ezreal again. Banning that Blitzcrank now. If they're banning the Blitzcrank, I wouldn't be surprised seeing like a Sona. Sona just got buffed. Probably looking for Enchanter, maybe Senna.
Well,
Nami. Nami first pick.
yo, with the changes they did to Nami's W, it was her W, right? The one that empowers allies attacks?
E. That's her E.
Ah, okay. W is the heal, that's right. Yeah, the changes they did to her E to enable it to work with abilities is crazy.
It made Azir so much better.
It went from, hey, I'm strong with Lucian, to, hey, I'm strong with literally everyone.
The Yasuo pick here. Yasuo, maybe 80 carry Yasuo into the Nami. It is a good pick.
I don't know. The team's name is for fun. Could be Yasuo in the jungle. A wanderer something something. I don't know. You know, why couldn't they make Yasuo jungler? If they're making all these stupid changes to allow Darius to be in there, why not Yasuo? That would increase jungle popularity, right?
Yeah.
Add water walking to his passive just because.
I mean, I think Yasuo is just outclassed by Yone now. But this Yasuo Diana combo.
I disagree.
Oh, there's the brand. Time to vomit or
that's either. Wait.
I mean, it could be brand 80 carries. Wait.
Nami, brand, and Rel picked. Are they using?
I have no clue what's going on.
Are they playing Rel top?
I'm gonna assume it's Nami mid. Brand 80 carry or jungle, and then Rel support. Because I don't think Rel can go anywhere. Maybe Nami can be played mid lane and top lane. But yeah, that caught me a little off guard.
I don't know. I'm thinking there's a possibility of it being Rel top. I'm not seeing a Nami mid here. I refuse to believe that they're gonna use Nami mid.
Because we know Victor is playing mid, and he's not opposed
Rel
to
mid can work. She should function very well into Yasuo, and I'm going off of propaganda put out by a Rel player in the Rel mains Discord. But they are like a gold player, so.
There is something funny about Rel. Her E, scales. Actually, her whole kit scales pretty well with AP.
Well, no, it's mostly her E. The rest of her kit scaling is not that great.
It's like, I think her ulti is 80%.
Over the entire duration.
I guess so. But her E doing 30% of someone's HP, like max HP.
It goes higher than that.
Scoff at. Well, I'm assuming like maybe 2 items. No, maybe not a 6-item Rel.
I mean, if you're going AP Rel, you should expect to hit 3 items if you do perform decently, and at that point, squishies do die pretty easily.
I did have a phase where I played AP Rakan mid.
I saw
And
someone do that.
yeah, that was fun for a little while.
Couple seasons ago, I had an AP Rakan support. I saw him basically knock an enemy Syndra down from 75% health. It inspired
Wow,
me
I'm
for a bit to do
really
poorly for a
liking
few
FF's
matches.
draft here. Seeing the Nami and Brand pick and just going for full all in.
Yeah,
If
they're
Diana
very
finds
bulky.
any engage, it's kind of really hard. If Brand is not in the engage though, and they're stacked up on each other,
I think they need another diver. Like, I think Rakan might work well at the moment.
Rakan stand.
Ah.
I actually think if they get
Wait,
Kai'Sa...
what is Vibe Check doing right now?
Wait, what? 35 support?
Oh man.
Right now I'm hoping it's Galio support and they're picking AD carry here. Otherwise, playing 5 melee into Brand, Nami, Kindred does not sound fun.
I don't know what's going on right now. For Vibe Check.
Okay, I think it's Pantheon top, Rel mid, Kindred jungle, and then Brand Nami bottom.
I think it's Brand Nami bot. Yeah. Kindred jungle, Pantheon top, Rel mid, I think could be.
So I wonder if the Mel W's Brand's ult, like later on, does it just continue the amount of bounces, or does it reset the bounces?
It's as if she casted it herself.
Mm.
Yeah, the way that anything Mel repels is basically deleting the ability and then casting it. Yes.
I actually like FF's draft here.
Yes, Kodiak, this is absolutely a draft of a segmented time.
Honestly, I'm a fan of Vibe Check's draft here. If the Rel is mid, the Kindred has something to play off of. Brand has something to play off of, and they have a good tank for the mid lane for all fights. It's not too bad.
I'll say though, I would have given Vibe Check more points if instead of Brand Nami bot, it would have been Tarot Kindred bot.
Tarek Kindred bot.
Yes.
Actually, into for fun's comp, it would have been good.
Yep, into
But then
Yasuo.
Where are you putting Nami?
Oh,
In the mid lane.
Nami wouldn't be there. You'd put something else. Alright, so it is Pantheon top. Wait, did I assume the same order you did? I can't recall.
I was thinking it's Panth top, Jungle Kindred, mid Rel, Brand Nami bot.
Okay,
and I think
yeah.
CLT is with me on that mid Nami Brand bot here.
Alright. Yep, it is Rel mid. Alright. This will be a game. It is Yasuo mid.
Rel Kindred duo, I feel like does beat Diana Yasuo pre-6.
Well, Rel in general beats Yasuo and Yone mid. Throwing Diana into the mix, not really sure how to say about that.
So it's Galio Mel bot lane on the side of FF here.
Oh,
Which-
honestly, that is a lane that sounds absolutely disgusting.
And I think it's probably one of the best lanes that you can have into Brand Nami here.
Yeah, you know how Mel W works into Brand?
It just doesn't really, right? You just block the damage, that's it.
No. If Brand casts E on a group of minions and any of the projectiles that pass through Mel will hit him.
Oh, what?
Yes.
So, and stack. Like, I'm assuming the damage is stacking.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Like, imagine getting a Samira ult whenever you E a brand E, and whenever you repel a brand E, except focused entirely on brand.
I don't know if you play TFT, but that is literally Samira's ult. She does her normal ult, but like if there's only a single target that she's targeting, she'll do her whole ult on that one target.
Campbella, no. If Rel Qs Yasuo when his flow is maxed, it'll trigger his shield, but it won't break it because his shield wasn't active yet. You need his shield to be active before actually doing that. So you would ideally crash down or poke him with an auto attack before hitting with Q. But following up immediately after crash down with Q would be kind of detrimental because he could get out of it. Because it's not a guaranteed combo after all the changes that happened. Now you can still do a W2 into a Q though. That would be fine because mount up damage was never really worth anything. More so the auto that they able to follow afterwards that was a bit more valuable. It.
Which draft are you favoring here?
I don't know, man. This is weird. Cause like, Mel into Brand is absolute cancer. There's Pantheon is the only actual diver on blue side, so they kind of have to wait for the enemies to move on to them, which I guess can kind of be used as a funnel everyone in and then explode them with Kindred and Rel together, but Rel can get interrupted pretty easily by Galio and Diana. And Yasuo if she's really unlucky enough. Garen can also just completely run her over. It's a bit dangerous with that. And yeah, there's just a lot of entry potential in FF, a lot of outright bursts that the only way to dissuade that would be Nami ultimate or a counter engage from Rel. So it's I want to say it's FF favored, but last game was something.
I think if FF can get onto Brand, specifically with the Diana, he should die. But we do have the Kindred ult. It's not exactly sure, but I think Mel will just have so much free time in fights. If Brand is caught up in the CC chain, he can't cast his abilities.
Yep.
So I mean, I guess it'll just be if game stays even, and I mean, FF last game their team fighting was not bad. It's just they kind of fell behind in other areas. So I definitely see FF being able to pull this one through. But vibe check in a pure front to back, no dive on Brand or Kindred, it's looking pretty scary. Rurika! I am the GOAT.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Ignite on Yasuo and Ignite on Garen here. Top lane is looking very volatile. I really like to see both junglers path up there, try to get their side lane ahead. Bot lane is probably going to be a snooze fest for a while. Especially with the exhaust on the Galio here. Ooh, Changi might have to blow flash here. Doesn't need to blow flash.
Minions have spawned.
Very excited to see how this mid lane matchup goes. Oh. Stream died.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
Just had to
Hey,
tab out
looks
to
like
check something. I
Kindred
forgot
is
that.
pathing top. Diana pathing bot here.
Yep. Actually, no. Diana looks like she's heading for an early game, an early play top, or crossing.
Really getting top.
Yeah, Garen is getting pushed in.
I don't know the jungle matchup, but I think an early game top into an invade on Kindred's blue side might be good here.
It's level 3. Garen is a bit behind, however. Okay, there's a couple. His E barely hitting the Pantheon, but he didn't have a
Looking
shield,
like
so he died.
The kill, the gank working out really nicely here for FF. Exactly what they're looking for. If Diana gets ahead, it'll be very hard for everyone to play here.
Rel coming in with the mount up, Q coming out immediately afterwards. There's the full tilt. Windwall should be able to block Kindred E when she gets in range. Nice crash down.
I don't
Flash.
think Yasuo has Windwall here.
He doesn't. He's not out. Oh, no, he is. Okay. Diana will be able to save him. Wait. Okay, he's going to be recalling in the jungle.
Diana playing a 1v2 here. Actually might win with her Anton by... Oh, just barely dies. Beautiful peel by Victor Apple.
Yep, that is a relatively long CC chain here.
Oh, and actually, Kindred will get a stack here going to the Gromp. I wonder if it was just better for Diana to just cycle clear, get ahead after that kill.
Definitely. But that is now 2 stacks onto Chengi.
2 stacks up 4 minutes for Kindred.
Yeah. Snowball's starting pretty hard. Brand CSing doing pretty well into the Mel. Garen looking a bit dicey.
But he's Garen. He'll live with all of them.
I don't know, man. That is a Pantheon. Oh, power shot.
Taking a turret shot.
Another Q, shields up.
Traffic looks pretty good on this Yasuo. It was a
Good
very
block.
clean escape earlier. Just playing with Victor Apple. The Realm mid, keeping up on CS.
Yep. All because of
Not too
the reduced attack speed removal for our passive, compounded with the return of the magic damage on our auto attacks.
Oh, she reduces attack speed?
No, no. Her passive used to basically set a forced extended wind-up duration on each of her auto attacks, but they removed that.
Oh, right.
While also bringing back the magic damage to her passive based off resistances. It's less damage than it used to be because there's no base value, but it existing is pretty big because it especially makes Oblivion Orb viable on her again, or much more viable.
Oh my gosh.
That's a level 4 Diana. I don't think she wants to fight
Oh my
Kindred.
gosh. Cheng is about to get a 3rd stack here.
4th stack. There was the scuttle.
Oh, fourth stack. Kindred fourth
Backing
stack.
it up.
6 minutes. Oh, is there just no W?
Yep, it was on cooldown. Nice timings. Ooh, Nami went down
Just
after
go
them.
back. I think the game's just a little too volatile on the side of FF here. They need to get their 6 online and look for those 5v5 plays, 4v4 plays.
Rel level 6. Ooh, unfortunately missed the crash down, but it won't matter.
Wow, solo kill.
Yep,
Rel onto the Yasuo.
yep. The increased basic attack range when dismounted is also really good for Rel.
Yeah, I think the sword shoes before the Lost Chapter. Not sure if that was the play. Pretty sure Mel goes often.
I would assume so as well. But then again, she is a relatively new champion, so she probably wouldn't go ever, you know?
I'm actually curious, can you see what Mel is maxing?
Q.
Cute. So I've actually seen that a lot of Mels are maxing E now. Like a
That's
lot of
the
like,
root, right?
players. Yeah, the root.
Because the duration goes up to like, what, 2.5 seconds or something?
That and I think the
Almost.
the cooldown goes down. So and it's just
Oh
pretty
yeah.
good at clearing raves. Yeah,
That's only about 2 seconds shaved off. Not too
I
bad.
guess not too bad.
But the root duration increase is huge. It's if you've ever watched legit Korea stream, he's like a Ari main for the most part.
Mhm.
At least a couple of seasons ago, like on some of his streams, he would like build whatever items and max whatever abilities first, depending on the match. Either maxing Q, W, or E. And the matches when he maxed E, like even though his damage wasn't great, the fact that he had like, you know, that 2+ second charm was insane. It's also why champions like Nico are crazy, the fact that they have AoE crowd control that lasts as long as it does, so it makes absolute sense
Ooh.
that Mel would be that strong.
Is Changi on his 5th stack already?
Yes.
Wow, able to take away that red buff and the stack.
Yeah.
He is very ahead.
Let's see, timer for the next dragon. There's too many symbols, I don't understand them, man. The next dragon's in 4 minutes, so that's not gonna be your next mark. It's probably just gonna be next buff. Probably not blue, since that's up already. Grubs, maybe? Alright. The Comet! Brand's Comet got the kill on Mel! Kindred does have ultimate, so she is perfectly safe. Nami bubble coming out. Woo! Kindred managing to finish off the Diana before her final auto went off. That is huge. 5 stacks. Next mark is on Krugs. Don't think she's gonna bother with that. Should be able to settle with Void Grubs when those come up again, I assume. Rel kind of giving a beat down to Yasuo. Just doesn't care.
This Rel is really impressing me. I think it's finally time to tell my mid laner to step down and let me play mid.
There was a Rel top player who in the Rel main sub who managed to go Masters with over a 60% win rate as well.
Disgusting.
They've been
I mean,
playing.
I do think the champion is very broken right now. I think he is, or sorry, she is probably like top 3 supports in general. I guess everything's dependent, but I think she's very blind pickable, has so much value, just really strong.
I don't know. I just feel that people don't play the champions that shut her down too much. Like, Poppy is really strong into her, so normally you'll just see her probably get banned by a lot of role players, but like, Janna still exists.
I just don't think people know how to play Janna.
She is very hard to use, but ooh. They did get a kill there, but Mel also died, so. There's another combo, 1 explosion, no second.
And a shutdown for the... Oh, but Chingy's here. I mean, 1 kill, maybe getting another.
They're going for it. No. Alright, back to the mid mishaps. 800 gold lead.
Oh, all in here from Victor Apple. Oh, very close. I actually like that play. Waiting on the full combo, then queuing the Yasuo shield. Not bad. A surprising counter here.
Knock up. Nothing from it. Yeah. Kindred getting the very dangerous levels still. Even more so. Still at 5 stacks. And doesn't seem like she'll be going for the grubs, or they'll be going for the grubs. Haven't really looked at Pantheon much. He seems to be doing okay though.
And then this wave cleared for the Rel. She kind of reminds me of like the old Alistar mid that you would like pick into like specific matchups. A lot of CC tankiness, but still be able to clear waves. Oh, 1 for 1.
It's a shame that he wasn't able to get his shield off in an ideal time. No ultimate on Rel
Victor
yet.
Apple doing so much damage here.
Mount up, not came up just out of time, but oh no.
Unstoppable.
Maybe I should have been looking down here. Oh, Kindred's dead.
Shutdown goes to Galio though. I mean, still good, but looking very scary to play this game on the side of FF here. Maybe getting a shutdown on Rel here.
Yep.
Diana getting a lot of gold.
Wait, Rel has 2 masks.
And 2 books.
Yep.
Oh wow, nice.
I think Rel's going a Plague Doctor build.
2 masks, 2 books. Not enough books. Actually, I'm unsure at what the build is.
A team fight build with Leandries and the other one, Blackfire. But I don't really think Blackfire is worth to get here. Malignance would be okay, but you need more AP, and Blackfire...
I guess when I think of Rel mid, I think of like Rocket Belt. like Rocket Belt, some more AP, maybe Shadow Flame.
You know, I used to build Everfrost on Rel. Those were fun times.
That does sound fun. Looking like a great engage here by FF, but still being a 1-for-1, maybe a 2-for-1
Got it!
here. The spear lands. Okay, after pack. I'm looking for more.
Stopping him at the
Big
plant.
grapple. Maybe you can look more on Mel here. Mel and Rel, the two new champs. Wow.
Well, Garen is unfortunately not looking to be ahead this game. Ah, I see. Rel went Grasp instead of Electrocute. That's why she didn't kill the Yasuo earlier. At the level 10-9 engagement. That's what I'll say it was for.
I actually like the grass pick here. Allows for some more tankiness going into that green tree. Especially with Brand Nami Kindred already. Even though I love seeing the AP Rel, I do think a tankier build for the sake of their team would probably have been better. But flashing away from the Diana engage,
You see,
maybe getting out here.
if she built pure
Nope.
AP, they die there, just saying.
Okay.
Alright, there's the Rift Maker. I'm assuming Leandri's, or it should be a Blackfire after, right? Right?
Probably. The new Bloodletters item, I know, does also build off of that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that existing in SR now. What wasn't like the interaction of it really weird though? About the way that it functioned as some pen kind of, or is it actually like a cleaver now?
I think it is just Cleaver, but for AP champs.
Okay.
But it looks like Rurika is saying that just sitting on haunting guys, especially on a Kali, is pretty strong. I'm assuming it's just the stats are really strong. Because I do know that, I'm pretty sure finishing Leandri's is not like a huge spike gold-wise, unless your champion has a dot already.
She got rid of the Rift Maker for the Bloodletter.
Oh, so much damage with the Nami and the Rel E there.
Yep, actually. Okay, yeah, Bloodletter functions off magic damage, so yeah, Rel passive works for it. Oh, that's interesting. Mel still had brand passive applied despite her W being active. Good to know.
Wow. She's doing true damage to people. Maybe Bloodletters is just the one-shot play. Bloodletters into Riftmaker. I'm assuming she's not building Leandri's because Brand has Leandri's.
Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Talking to me?
Nah. I just realized.
I am not sure, Rika. Can you hover over Leandri's? See if it stacks? They do stack. Okay, CLT says they do stack now.
Yeah, that was a change they did some time ago. I think it was 1 or 2 seasons ago where they were like, yeah, let's just make it so if different champions build Leandries, that each of them will have its own burn. That way you're not just completely wasting gold value on your team for building something similar.
I mean, last time I built that item, I was like 2-3 years ago. Not a bad engage by
That is,
check here.
those were some
Looking like
beautiful
they're
chain
beating each other with
explosions.
Their wallets. And the burn gets them. Nose down.
Blue team has scored an ace.
It, the way they just stopped moving was like a surrender vote just kicked in.
Kindred stacks?
Add a con
Like
for the Kindred. Ah, yeah. 8 stacks.
8 stacks. Wow, and like 6 of those were like the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yep. Well, 5, but I'll say yes still. Alright, Atacon's up next. I will assume that this is the gray one. Oh yeah, it is gray, because it's right there. On the right.
I think it's like, if the game has been bloody, it's the roses. If the game has not been bloody, it's the other one?
Revive. Yeah.
The revive. Oh.
Rel
my God,
interrupting the
Rel doing
Galio
so much
E.
damage there. And Kindred just picking up the kills on the back end.
So funny thing about Rel versus Galio, they both kind of punish the other, but it depends on which abilities get used and when. And right there, Galio got punished because he E'd into Rel's R activation. And into her slide, actually.
And I mean, the MR shred against the Galio.
Yep.
Okay. This Rel's build. I need some explanations.
They jacked up her attack speed, so pokey stick.
So poke.
Yep. Thing is, though, I still feel that more AP would be functioning better. Although, then again, she is kind of missing her crash downs, so...
I will say though, watch from Victor Apple, the Nashers gives 100 AP. Not too bad.
But, you see, the other AP items give like 160. As well as amplifying effects.
Like Rabadon's. Oh, Mel getting back that W. Just not gonna do too much. Is that a 15k? No. Wait. I can't do math. Yeah, that's a 15k gold lead.
14k.
Almost 15k? One more wave?
Yes,
Wait,
14k is
skill,
almost
baby?
15k. Nexus is 50 gold. Ooh, there's the Wombo combo finally.
Just a little too late.
Just a bit.
Almost. Wow. Great games by both teams. I think FF has a really good team fight. And crazy drafts overall.
Alright, yeah, that was a fun second match to to watch. The pokey stick mid build was funny. Opting
Very
hard for
surprised by the Realm mid. But I mean, it seems to do really good into the Yasuo pick. I'm kind of glad I got to see that, but I think Gengi...
It is 2-0 right now. 2-0 for Vibe Check.
Oh, are these 5-game series?
This is
No,
best
right?
of 3.
Best of 3, yeah. Okay, so that was the last one.
Yep. Okay, so the first game, For Fun did a pretty decent job at some parts, but it kind of fell apart and the unfortunate circumstances of the bot side being capitalized upon led to their downfall. Didn't help that Vladimir managed to scale pretty hard, Transcendence helping him lug along quite well. Game 2 was pain. A lot of pain. A very silly match. But Vibe check pulling out some things that I couldn't really fathom very well in pregame. At least it wasn't a Yumi mid. But-
If Victor Apple likes pulling out these supports and tanks in the mid lane, I'd be really happy to see a Soraka mid at some point when they play. I think he's
And-
one of my favorite champions.
Imagine if Soraka had like this ability where she could press her Q and like hit all the enemies around her and just like shred their magic resist and stuff.
Was my favorite Soraka mid. Oh my god, clearing waves in like 3 Qs.
I'm pretty sure Yasuo got reworked before. Yasuo came out before she got that rework, right?
I'm not sure. I don't really remember. That
So I
was
don't-
forever ago.
Yeah, I don't think he ever got to interact with that Soraka. If he did, he would have. I'm pretty sure a lot of Yasuo mains would have rage quit. But, uh, yeah, great series to both teams. But Vibe Check definitely pulling out some really interesting picks. And I still, dislike Nidalee. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more
Yeah.
from both teams here.
I'm not sure if Victor was lured into that pick in game 2 by the Relmain's AP Rel propaganda, but would be funny to see someone run Rel top just to see that happen. But is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I mean, thank you for having me. This was my first time casting. I found it pretty fun. Probably will do it more in the future.
Gotcha.
But yeah, other than that, it was a fun series to watch. Yeah.
All right, we'll be calling it there. Thanks everyone for stopping by. CLT saying you can cast with him whenever.
Perfect, cool.
Till next time. Hope y'all. I forget the closing. Have fun and stuff. That's fine. All right. Bye.
Bye.